Hello everyone, I'm Josh Garrett, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about my first volunteering trip to Uttrakhand. I'll give you some context. I volunteered to help blind people. It was a almost 4-day trip to Uttrakhand. I had to be at a certain place at Delhi where a bus would pick me, my fellow volunteers, and the blind people I was volunteering for and dropped all of us straight at Uttarakhand. There, the host, Mr. Rajesh Uncle, had planned lots of fun activities for volunteers and the blind to enjoy. We woke up early in the morning. Me, my brother, and my parents booked a cab straight to the bus stop. I loaded my bags onto the bus and took my seat. It took a few minutes, but soon the bus was filled with volunteers and blind people. And finally, I also saw Rajesh sir, the host. And as the bus was leaving, I said my final goodbyes to my brother and my parents. And once the bus hit the road, Rajesh sir gave me my first volunteering task. It was a very simple one. I had to simply distribute biscuits and juice boxes to everybody on the bus. After that, I just took my seat in the bus and waited. After a while, everybody started coming up in front of the bus and introducing themselves. Although I was very shy, I had no choice but to come up front and introduce myself. After a while, we stopped for lunch, hit the road again, and then finally we reached the resort at Uttrakhand. Once we reached the resort, Rajesh sir assigned us with the blind people we're going to be assisting. I was assigned to Aruni sir. He was a guitarist and I was hoping to learn lots of tips and tricks from him since I also was interested in playing guitar. And then we went to our assigned rooms and unloaded our bags, kept things where it should be, and took a tiny break. Then Arun sir and me went out for a walk. That's where we talked a lot about guitar and bands and what I should be learning. And we also took a nice stroll around the resort. After that, we came back, freshened up a bit, and we went downstairs to eat dinner. My job as a volunteer was to give food to the blind people and tell them where the food was. For example, on the plate. If it's at top, it's 12 o'clock. If it's at bottom, it's 6 o'clock. Around here, it's 9 o'clock. And around here, it's 3 o'clock. And after doing my duty, I just went and ate dinner. Then someone recommended we all sit at a garden on the resort and just talk and have fun. And that's exactly what we did. We went out to the garden and just talked. I also had the chance to play my guitar, which I had brought with me to the trip. After doing all that, we went back to our rooms and slept. And that was the end of day 1. Day 2. The activity assigned for that day was going to the hill station. But since most of us woke up very late in the morning, we couldn't really do that. And so Rajesh sir planned activities in the resort itself. But first, we had to eat breakfast. After we ate breakfast, at around 11 o'clock, we went up to somewhat of a hill where we're going to be doing zip lining, the first activity. Although I had done zip lining a lot, I really had lots of fun, and it seems that all the other people enjoyed as well. After zip lining, we were a bit late, but we ate lunch. And since we just ate lunch, we took a break and just went back to our rooms until evening, where we went out of our rooms again to do parkour. This was something I was actually looking forward to because I had never done parkour before and it seemed very interesting. It was sort of an obstacle course and you had to traverse through it. Very simple. First of all, the people there dressed us with protective gear, just in case if we ever fall, no injury should happen. And after that, it was time to just go and enjoy. I was a bit frightened but overall I had lots and lots of fun doing the parkour. And by the time it was time to eat dinner, so we just went, ate dinner, and guess what? We went back to the garden. And instead of it being just talking, there was also dancing. After a while, they just sat back down and talked. Soon it was time to leave and go back to our rooms. Around this time, I realized Aruni sir, who I was assisting, didn't even need my help going up the stairs. He did it so effortlessly, as if he had no disability at all. I was just very amazed to see how he adapted to the environment so quickly. After that, we just went and slept. This was the day we were going to the hill station. I was actually very excited for this, as this was something outside of our resort, which for the past 2 days we didn't do. After eating breakfast, we went on to jeeps and it took us 3 hours to get to the hill station. And after that, we went to a viewpoint. We all took some photos, enjoyed, and then we also ate some snacks. And then next was boating. This was probably the best activity I had in the whole trip. I got my very own boat with the blind people I was of course assisting, and I got to pedal it on my own and steer, which was of course very fun for me. Soon the ride ended and I had to go back. 3 hours again on the jeep, we went back to our resort, ate dinner, and then slept. It was day 4 and it was time to go. We ate breakfast, make sure that everything was packed, and then at 10 o'clock we took some photos and then hopped on a bus and went straight home. It was probably the most memorable experience I had until now. And in my YouTube channel, I document most of my most memorable experiences. And if you'd like to see more of these experiences, please subscribe and like this video. Thanks for watching.